Order number 34. I was thinking about this the other day, and it struck me as a little odd. I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd have the opportunity to mention two legendary football coaches in a single segment of Cam and Eggs. Never. Ever. That's not a sentence I thought my life was building toward. But here we are, so let's let her buck. I was watching an interview recently with Bill Parcells, the great NFL coach. Parcells said one of the best things about being a coach is having a former player call you on Father's Day. And I thought, well, that's pretty good. Better than a tie. Better than pancakes in bed if the pancakes are terrible, which they usually are. Just keep that in your head for a second. We go back to 1979. I get together with my good friend Neil Mabon, and we decide we're going to coach a Little League baseball team in the West End, which is the sort of decision you make when you're feeling ambitious and have not yet reviewed the logistics. About a week before training camp, I run into the Eskimos' coach of the day, Hugh Campbell. I tell him about my team. Hugh says, well, they need a name. He asks how old the kids are. I tell him they're 13 to 15 years old. Hugh does what Hugh always did. He squints. Just enough to suggest something memorable and possibly dangerous. Then he says, let's call them the puberty kids. So I did. Because when Hugh Campbell names your team, that meeting is over. Now, I had learned a lot about the game from coaches like George McAvoy, Hugh Barry, Brian Wilkes, and Cess Papke back when I was a mascot for their Little League teams. They taught me the game, or at least enough of it to become confidently helpful, which can be a risky level of knowledge. One of our players was having a brutal time at the plate. He was batting 105. And 105 is not a slump. That's a cry for help. I pulled him aside at practice and suggested he raise his back elbow when he hit. Now, this kid could have said, yeah, right, you can't even walk and you're giving me batting tips? But he didn't. He listened. He tried it. He ended the season hitting .375. And that, to me, was a Father's Day gift. Not because I turned into Casey Stengel for 10 seconds, but because a kid trusted me enough to try. From the Puberty Kids. Cam and Eggs, Sports 1440.